for cooperation, important implementation and monitoring mechanisms for the agreements and the MOUs.
In view of this, we, as Kenya, look forward to hosting the inaugural Kenya-Nigerian Joint Commission for Cooperation in the early part of this year, which I believe will provide an opportunity for our two countries to review the agreement implementation process and devise a mechanism to resolve the recurrent issues emanating from this, including consular, immigration, and trade issues.
I am personally committed to this agreement and to further enhance and uplift the lives of our citizens by ensuring we support each other and therefore continue to grow together. This is the essence of African brotherhood, a bond that we must cherish and protect.
The two leaders have also noted with concern the threat posed to national, regional, and global peace and security by terrorists, and therefore resolved to collaborate and develop new and versatile strategies towards responding to the phenomenon.
Terrorists are continually changing tactics.
Since coming to power, the Buhari administration has left no one in doubt in its determination to tackle corruption as one of the fundamental problems of Nigeria. Already, serious cases of misdemeanor have been discovered against dozens of prominent Nigerians with just one office, that of the National Security Advisor, and as the president said,
I would expect the acting high commissioner to formally write to me with some examples so that I can take it with the president of Kenya. But what I want you to do, please, is try as much as possible and be good ambassadors to our country.
Nigeria's acting high commissioner in Kenya, Friday Okai, and the leader of the Nigerian community in that country said Nigerians in
with the anti-corruption stance of the president, high-level disciplining is expected from the MDAs. The 6-point social program, which includes the employment of 500,000 teachers, scholarships for students in science-based tertiary institutions, trades, and the cash transfer program for the extremely
to nip certain things in the bud, but we think a complete overhaul of the systemic infrastructure of our defense, budgeting, spending, and operation and policy is what is needed, and this is what this report recommends.
The report also highlighted some risks to include political, financial, procurement, personnel, and operations, and called on government to henceforth publish its defense policy and allow for regular debates over defense policy in Parliament. Now, Transparency International is saying defense corruption in Nigeria is the reason for the extremism.
It was further agreed on the need to exchange instructors.
Leader of the Indian Navy delegation, Rear Admiral Dhiran Vig, gave assurance that the result of the agreement will soon become a reality.
It would not have been possible, this kind of achievement of landmark decisions, without the active cooperation between the two sides.
Also included in the memorandum are such issues as enhancing maritime security, information sharing, building of survey and landing ships, as well as participation in joint special operations to be organized by the Indian Navy in Abuja.
Most economy largely depends on them. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
You're still watching the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. More news after the break. Stay with us.
Nigerians, do you know the look of a suicide bomber? They're usually in loose or heavy clothing, usually inappropriate for the weather. They carry bags or packages. They tighten their hands or keep them in their pockets. They are unaware of their surroundings, always alone and nervous. They'll be found driving cars, moving very fast or extremely slow. Be vigilant.
It's put out $72,507,000 for products exported to Nigeria and $11,256,000 for products exported from Nigeria. The Polish Africa Economic Forum, which primarily dwelt on agriculture and solid minerals in Nigeria is quite apt, especially as Nigeria is set to diversify her economy.
We can do with our solutions, our knowledge.
In 24 states, including the FCT. Chief Veterinary Officer of the Federation identified negligence on the part of the poultry farmers and inadequate facility and equipment as responsible for the spread of the disease. The support coming from the FAO is expected to enhance capacities for the prevention and control of avian influenza in the country.
No human cases of bird flu have been reported in Nigeria. However,
of CHAN 2016, after playing a goalless draw in Group D's final fixtures midweek, Zambia topped the group with 7 points following 2 wins and a draw, while runners-up Mali have 5 points from a win and 2 draws, followed by Uganda, which drew twice and lost once, with Zimbabwe at the bottom after 2 losses and a draw. Mali will now face Group C winners Tunisia, while Zambia have been drawn against Guinea in the quarterfinals. Defending champions of the 2016 Australian Open, Novak Djokovic and Serena Williams have both reached the final of the competition in Melbourne. Djokovic got to his 6th Aussies final following the 6-1, 6-2, 3-6, 6-3 defeat of Roger Federer in the semi-final Thursday. The victory saw Djokovic edge ahead of Federer for the first time in their head-to-head rivalry, with the Serb winning 23 of their 45 career matches. Serena Williams, who made light work of Agnieszka Radwanska in a 6-love, 6-4 victory, will meet Angelique Kerber of Germany, who defeated Britain's Johanna Konta 7-5, 6-2. The women's final takes place Saturday, while the men's is billed for Sunday. With Sports Update, Kenan Imabodike, NTA News.
Friday's weather prospect is next. In Nigeria,